The BC Liberal leadership race is heating up, and although it's debatable whether the general public is paying much attention to it, the contest is slowly revealing that one particular candidate seems to stand apart from the others. That would be Dianne Watts, the former Surrey mayor and ex-Conservative MP. And where she sits versus the other 5 leadership candidates is not necessarily a good thing for her or the party. Watts' performance in a series of leadership debates, they are available for viewing on Facebook, has been questioned and criticized by many observers. In the debate in Kelowna this past weekend, Watts' performance was not nearly as flat as her previous outings, but she continues to offer little more than platitudes and a constant, vague pledge to listen and work together. Her grasp of issues has been less than impressive, while her opponents, 4 former cabinet ministers, seem well briefed on a number of them. Of course, performing well in these debates is not necessarily a guarantee of victory in the leadership race. The eventual champion will be the candidate who gets the most votes from party members, so signing up new members is more important. And Watts seems to have toured the province more than her counterparts, so she presumably has signed up a fair number of new members. Read more. Keith Baldrey, the BC NDP could be risking its future under proportional representation. Under the rules of the leadership race, all 87 ridings are treated equally and are each assigned 100 points. The points are allocated to each candidate based on the percentage of the votes they get from the members in each riding, i.e., if a candidate gets 42%, he or she would get 42 points. A preferential ballot will be used, where party members can make second, third, or more choices. If no one wins on the first ballot, the second choices are distributed, and that process continues until a candidate receives a majority of points. But back to the debates. There seems to be increasing tension between Watts and her counterparts at these events. While Andrew Wilkinson and Todd Stone, for example, have squared off against each other, their encounters clearly lack what appears to be simmering animosity between Watts and the others. This is not entirely surprising. Watts is the only outsider in the race. The others have all been longtime members of the same party. Watts only joined a few months ago, and are all caucus colleagues. In Kelowna, there were particularly tense encounters between Watts and both Stone and Wilkinson. It appears that Watts' refusal to offer many clear policy positions is exasperating her opponents. And she has been pointed in her criticism of the party and its loss of so many seats and eventually the government in the past election, criticism that her rivals likely find fairly irritating since they, with the exception of Michael Lee, were members of that government. Read more. Keith Baldrey, the budding bromance between BC and Ottawa may require cash. If Watts does prove victorious on February